the home of the do-it-yourself trucker. When everything goes wrong, you gotta Redneckanize. So yeah, let's go to the phones here and see who else we got on here tonight. I think this is a big bad Mama Jamma. Greg, what's going on?
Well, good evening, Ed. Good show tonight.
Hey, appreciate it. Yeah, we're just rocking and rolling here. Glad to be back.
Yeah. Come to Texas, they said. Weather's nice down there, they said.
No. It's
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm sitting in Dallas right now.
Yeah.
The weather's lovely. Yeah.
Well, I mean, what is it? Is it like, so it's like 9 degrees there right now, isn't it?
Well, I don't know what it is, but I tell you what, there ain't much difference between here and home. I'm sitting here right now I'm sitting here at Bonneview, here at the TA, and I'm looking out, and I can just barely make out the sign over there at the pilot on the other side of 20.
Yep.
I mean, it's snowing. There's probably, I'd say probably a couple, 3-4 inches on the ground. It's steady coming down. I was scheduled to unload at 10 o'clock tonight over at General Motors over in Arlington, and I don't know if we're going to be there. I don't even know if they're going to be open.
Yeah.
The company's supposed to call me. They were supposed to check and see if they're working tonight, because I don't know if the weather gets as bad as they're saying. They're liable to call them off.
Yeah, we don't know. Man. We don't know if any of our stuff's running, and we already got told that our morning drivers, the drivers that come in the morning, might be told to stay home. So yep.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty nasty out here, and they're not calling for it to get much better. It's supposed to. I guess they're saying it's not supposed to let up until a little bit in the morning, and then it's supposed to start back up again. But they're calling for what, like 6 to 8 inches here in Dallas, I think.
Yep.
And then freezing rain and sleet on top of that, and then the wind chills down to with the wind chills like negative 35. I mean, are you serious?
That's what.
I want to go back to Ohio.
Yeah.
I want to go back to Ohio so I can get warm.
Well, our little meme that got around Facebook was a guy like an old man standing out in front of his yard, and he gets on the phone and calls his buddies up north and says, "Hey, you up there up in Iowa and Minnesota, your weather is down here in my backyard causing trouble. You need to come down here and get it."
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I loaded that. I dropped and hooked up, and this was a power only load that they sucker me and bring it down here from Bertrand, Missouri, up here just north of Sykeston. And I loaded it up. I picked it up about 11 o'clock yesterday, and I run straight through with it, 600 mile. I brought it out here, and it's supposed to be here at 2 o'clock this morning. I got here last night about 10:30 to Arlington. He said, that load ain't scheduled till 10 o'clock tomorrow night, Sunday night. I said, well, they told me 2 o'clock, Sunday morning. He said, no. 10 o'clock Sunday night. That's well, great. I knew the storm was coming in. I'm thinking, well, I had to unload part of it at their place, and then then I had to go over to Grand Prairie, 7 mile, 8 mile.
Yep.
And unload the rest of it. Then they was going to put empty racks or whatever back on and take this trailer right back to Bertrand and pick mine up. And then I was going to get me something head for the house, get back out of this, get back up around home. And because Tip was telling me tonight they're expecting anywhere from 8 inches to a foot of snow up home.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, I'll get back out of here before it gets bad. I'll get ahead of it, Yeah, that didn't happen.
Man, oh man.
But as to the power dividers, back to the power dividers there, the thing that will take a power divider out quicker than anything is if you get the spinning and you've got the wheels spinning and you reach over and hit that power divider, lock that power divider in while wheels spinning, that's a sure way to take a power divider out quick.
And that's,
it will take one out quick.
Right, and because and that's anything really. I mean, what we always talk about, if your transmission is spinning at a high rate of speed and you throw it into second, you're gonna tear something up.
That's right. Yeah, you can't do that. I've seen guys do that. They'll go off or go to come up in a parking lot and be a little bit of some holes or something, and they'll get down the holes, start spinning, and man, they got their foot on it. It's sitting there spinning like crazy, and they just sit there, reach over, and slap that power divider. And you hear a big bang, and that's it. That's where they're sitting.
Yeah,
that does it. But wear and tear on them. I me to run them at highway speed. Now mine, I rebuilt my power divider last summer. I had to take it out, but it was last summer, yeah, because about 2 years ago. Because when we went to the truck show the last time, it was going out when I was down there, and I heard a noise, but I couldn't determine if it was in the transmission or a rear, but I knew there was a noise somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when I got back home, I started pulling everything out. I drained the transmission. There was nothing in it. Everything seemed like it was all right. I pulled the plug out of the back drive, and it seemed like it was all right, nice and clean. I pulled the front plug out of the front one, and there wasn't no grease run out of it at all. It was just like grease. And I stuck my finger up in there with little pieces of metal all over the place. I said, great. So I dropped it, pulled it, and the only thing that it took out was the power divider.
Mm-hmm.
So I cleaned everything up, checked all my side bearings, everything. It was all good. So father-in-law and I, we rebuilt it and got the power divider, got the thing. It was like $1,800 to rebuild it. We did the work.
Exactly.
The labor. So I rebuilt it, put it in, but I left home. Well, I went home last, Thursday. Yeah. It was last Thursday. Yeah, last Thursday before that. Yeah, I went in. And when I got home, it had snowed, so he had the snow plowed out a lot, but I couldn't get backed up in the lot. So I flipped the power divider and backed up the lot. Well, Robbie was there last weekend. So I went over, I had to put a starter on my truck. I put a starter on it and changed oil and, normal maintenance. Well, I didn't think anything of it, so I got ready Monday to leave. I went over, got the truck, took off. I didn't think anything of it. I had to go over about 100 miles and load, and I had to go to Spring Hill, Tennessee. So I just jumped in the truck and took off. I don't have any light to tell me if my power divider's on or not. This truck's old, So I drove all the way over the Crestline, all the way down. I get down just north of Columbus, and I run into an awful snowstorm. And I run into snow all the way to Florence, Kentucky, and then it lightened up, and the rest of the way down to Louisville, it was just, you could see snow on the road, but it wasn't real bad. I started down here toward Louisville. I just happened to look over the light. The truck kind of shined off the dash, and I thought, well, power divider's thinking, when did I flip that power divider on?
Oh, man.
I got thinking, I did that Thursday when I come home, and I forgot to shut it off.
Yep.
So I ran it all the way over. I probably had 400 miles on it or something like that. It don't hurt them. It wears on them. Like you said, it's wearing. Anytime you got moving parts, you're wearing.
Yep.
And it wears on stuff, but it doesn't hurt it as long as you don't get them spinning and don't jerk them around.
Exactly.
But yeah, I thought it was doing real good. The snow, man, I'm thinking, man, I'm going real good. I didn't have but maybe 15,000 pounds in the trailer, and I thought, well, this ain't doing good. I'm just out there just doing a fine job, I looked down, no wonder,
Well, and everything was doing good until you went and gassed up or fueled up, and you're like, oh crap, why did I tear out through this fuel so much, and your fuel mileage just went down. That's yeah.
Yeah, fuel mileage did drop going down there, and then this, talk about fuel mileage. It was so windy. I knew this storm coming, and I was coming across yesterday, and my truck usually do about 7.5, the lighter loads and everything. And I come across from Missouri yesterday over here in Dallas. I got like 4.8.
See?
I mean, and I don't run hard. I run about 65 mile an hour, because that's where it's happy at. And I got 4.8. I'm thinking, really? Are you serious?
Yep.
Come on, girl. Give me something here.
I'm telling you.
But yeah, it's the weather's really been bad this year. It's tough.
Good deal. Yeah.
It's tough.
Yep.
I don't know. It's the parking. Yeah, it's like here. I mean, I got here to the TA this morning. Last night, they wouldn't unload this, so I had to find a place to park. But there's nowhere to park. Where are you gonna find a place to park in Dallas?
Exactly.
Especially at 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm.
So every exit ramp, you can't find no ramps to park, and I don't park on ramps. I went clear back over to Roy City. I finally, 50 mile I drove, and I finally found a little fuel stop over it. It had a couple little parking spots in it. I sat there last night. So I got this morning, well, I'll mosey back over to Dallas. There's got to be one of them, some of these trucks have got to be moving out today, I'll get me a place to park. Well, I got here at TA, and I got a place to park, but we'll have to pay parking for, who knows, come 3 days now. I don't care. I got a parking spot.
Yep.
But, it's like, I was sitting here, I had like a quarter tank of fuel. I'm getting, it's getting nasty. So I was talking to Rob a little while ago on the phone. I said, I'm going to hook this thing and pull down there at the fuel island and, fill this thing up with fuel. At least I got fuel, because who knows if tankers is going to get in,
Mm-hmm.
Let's say warn. So, yeah, no anti-gel. They don't have any anti-gel in there. I'm thinking, she said, well, the truck didn't come in. And I said, I'm thinking, yeah, that's supposed to get down way below zero. I'm thinking, okay. And I know the fuel down south, they treat it real good, So I'm thinking, well, here we go. So they had some of the winter thaw, the house thaw, fuel thaw. And I thought, well, that's better than nothing. If it'll thaw fuel out, it should keep it from gelling.
No kidding,
so I
right?
got a bottle of that, and I dumped that in there. Yeah, I mean, you improvise. If it'll thaw it out and burn it, it ain't gonna hurt to put it in there if it ain't thawed or it ain't froze. So, anything's better than nothing. So I did that. But yeah, I'm sitting here just wait to hear from them to see. I'm supposed to go back over tentatively 10 o'clock tonight and unload, but I don't know if they're gonna be working. And I'm not moving. I told them I'm not moving until I know for sure they're working.
Exactly.
And then I don't even know if I can get there, because I'm sitting here looking at 20 out there at the ramp, and it's been steady for the last 2 hours. About every 10 or 15 minutes, you see emergency equipment getting on with the lights, red, blue lights, red lights, white lights, and they're getting on going west. And I'm thinking, I don't know, man.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens. But you got a good show going on. YouTube's doing good.
Yep. We're really proud of it.
And
yep. Well, one of the other. I was gonna ask you real quick. One of the issues that we were talking about was like city ordinances and parking trucks at your private property. So, do you see that as an issue up there around where you live, or is it mainly just for like these little neighborhoods?
It's more. I think it's more in the little neighborhoods and stuff, that don't want the trucks. I mean, right there where I'm at in Ohio. I mean, we're over there in southeast Ohio, and over there it's all trucks. I mean, that's a big trucking area over there, and it's mostly over there around us. It's dump buckets and flatbeds. It's just polluted with them over there.
Right.
You see dry vans, but not like you see flats and buckets running around.
Mm-hmm.
And them guys, I mean, there's guys down there that's got dry vans and stuff, and they park on the ramps. Right there up the end of the road from where her dad's house is. I mean, it gets onto Route 11 over there. They park there. I've seen, 2 or 3 trucks parked on the northbound get on ramp, the southbound get on ramp to Route 11. I mean, they park on the ramps over there, and they just pull off the wide shoulder. They pull off there, where you get on, and they just shut them off, lock them up, go home, and they might be home for the weekend. They may be home for a week. They leave them set right there, and the police state cops don't bother them. Now, a couple of years ago, they had a garbage truck, Waste Management. He went to make the turn and get onto the ramp right there, and whatever he was thinking, I don't know, but he sideswiped one of the guys up there. He sideswiped his truck and just knocked the cab clear off of there. And I just opened the whole side of it up I can over there with it, And I thought, really?
Yeah.
I mean, just trashed it. But they come in and they stopped him for a while, said no parking. They start telling him you can't park there, and that lasted for about a month.
Yeah.
They started doing it again, and they just let him go. They don't enforce it too much, but I mean, yeah, they're not real particular about it. I mean, you get into it's mainly your some of your municipalities, your smaller. They don't like. They like what trucks bring, but they don't like the trucks being there.
Yeah.
It's been like that for everything.
Yep.
They like you when you're bringing their food and their stuff to Walmart, but after you get it done, like, get out of here. We don't want you no more.
Exactly. Yep. That's what it is.
It's the way it's always been, and nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change.
Yep. That's it.
But
well, that's good.
Anyhow.
I knew I was going to get some good input from you about that, so I appreciate you chiming in. But yeah, this is it's good topics. I like talking about the parking. I like talking about working on the trucks.
Right.
Stuff like that. That's what it's all about.
It's like me. I mean, just like you talk about weight distribution. Now like you said, it's all what your preference is, and a lot of it's got to do with the truck you're driving too. Now, see, me with this, you get a truck with a shorter wheelbase truck with a setback axle. They ride nice. The setback axles really actually ride better than what the set forward axle does.
Mm-hmm.
Springs are longer. They set back underneath you. It lets that engine sit there and make some springs work a little better, and they ride smoother. Mine, sometimes it rides like a log wagon, you know. I mean, it rides rough. I found with mine, I keep I keep my fifth wheel set, my kingpin. I keep my fifth wheel set usually right, pretty much dead center between my drives, or just a hair in front, and I can scale everything. I carry about 90. I try to keep it about 9,500 to 10,000, right around there on my steer. In the wintertime, it's a good idea to slide it up and put a little more weight up on your steer, so you can steer it in the snow and the ice.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
It's okay in the summertime to let, my theory's always been, I run around the summer, and when I can get away with it, I like keeping all that weight off the steer as I can, because anybody that's been out here long enough, if you've ever blown a steer tire, you know it's not fun. And when a steer tire decides to leave you, whether it's at 45 mile an hour or it's at 70 mile an hour, you're going for a ride. But it's fun trying to hang on to it. Even with power steering, it gives you a ride. So, the less weight you can carry on that steer axle, and you blow a tire, if you blow a tire with, 12,000 pounds sitting on that steer axle, that's tough. I mean, it makes it tougher. So, at 9,000 pounds, it's bad, but it ain't as bad as 12.
That's right.
Because you don't have that extra weight pushing it into the ground. And then when somebody blows a tire, the first thing they do, they get scared. First thing they do is jump on the brakes. That's the worst thing you can do.
Yep.
Because then it just nosedives, and it puts all that weight right down on that steer axle, and then now you made it twice as bad. So, but my tandems, I don't run real heavy. I mean, what I'm doing now, pull and drive in now. Now, when I had the flat, I had the spread, so it didn't matter. It was what it was back there on the back.
Right.
But with the van, I found most of my loads I don't get. 90% of the loads I haul now, this automotive, they don't go halfway back to the trailer. Every once in a while, I get a load of empty racks or a loaded racks, but I'm still, if I get a 30,000 pound load, I'm spoiled anymore. I'm screaming, why is this thing so heavy? Yeah. But before with the flat, 47, 48, no problem. Put it on there. I get it. But now I keep the tandem slid up, clear forward on it for the most part, because I'm not hauling any weight, and it's easier to get around with, But ride-wise, yeah, if you're out running a long distance, you kind of split the difference on your slider back there on your tandems, and it kind of helps out. It does make it ride a little better. Yeah, everything, because you get that tail swing, like you said. You get that. It's just like a teeter-totter back there. You get them tandems slid up under there. You got that. Every time that trailer bounces, it's putting that weight's going behind that tandem,
back and forth,
it off the fifth wheel, and it tends to want to wander with you a little bit.
Yep.
Wander around.
Yep.
It's all what your preference is. You slide it back, then it don't do that as much. It keeps that weight, keeps that fifth wheel setting firm on the fifth wheel. It works out better. It's all your preference. You just gotta play with your truck and know your truck and know what you like. As long as you know what you like, and the DOT likes what you like when you cross the scale, and they're happy, that's all that matters.
That's right. Keeping them happy. That's one of the most important things. Yep. That's right.
Right.
Yep.
Well, you ain't gonna keep them happy no matter what you do. But it's all you can do is try.
That's another episode all itself, right there.
All you can do is try. That's right. That's a story for another day. So, all right, Ed, I'm going to get off here and
Good
see
deal.
if somebody else wants to call in tonight. I don't want to hog the radio up, but it's been nice talking to you. Enjoyed having you having me on, and we'll chat at you maybe next time.
Hey, good deal, man. You stay safe out there and keep between the ditches.
Okay, I will sit back and listen to the rest of the show.
All right,
Have
now.
a good evening.
Yep.
Bye for now.
Yep. All right, good deal. That's Greg. He's one of the directors and co-founders of Redneckanize. He's been with it since the beginning back in 2012. So we're really excited that we can share all of the great trucking knowledge that we have here at Redneckanize. It's an awesome thing, and you can check out a lot of these. We keep putting these videos out on YouTube. We record the podcasts, and then when we talk about certain topics, we'll create some episodes and put them out on YouTube and share them around. People can go and watch them and watch the past episodes. You can even go on blogtalkradio.com and listen to the podcasts in their entirety. Each episode listed there. You just go ahead and research Unplugged Radio Network, and that is the great network we have. There's a lot of other podcasters on this channel, so we appreciate everybody doing that. And that's also a great thing. So, like I said, that's a blogtalkradio.com, and then search up Unplugged Radio Network. And I had the link to it, but I don't have it in front of me right now. But I'll share that. But yeah, it's a great thing. We really appreciate everybody joining in with that. And like I said, check out our website, redneckanize.com. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel. Give us some good likes and shares. And let everybody know we got some cool videos about for four-wheelers too. Letting them know how to drive around big trucks, about following distance, and about giving them space, and how trucks are turning, and how trucks are getting on and off the off ramps and on ramps and all that. It's really cool stuff, and I'm really excited that that's out there for people to share. We're just trucking right along here, and we're hoping that we can get back to a truck show pretty soon. If anybody knows us, they know we like going to truck shows. So we're trying to get out there and spread the word out. And we like hanging out in the parking lot. You know, we just kind of chill, and you know, maybe we got something to eat and got some picking and grinning going on out there and all kinds of great stuff. So it's a lot of fun to do that. But until then, we're just rocking and rolling here on the podcast, and that's every Sunday night at 7:00 Eastern time for 2 hours, and it's a great thing. We're really, really, really excited about it, and we thank everybody for joining in. So yeah, we're coming to the end here. We appreciate everybody that's tuned in tonight and called in and joined us, and we appreciate all of y'all for being out there safe and successful. So just remember, redneckanize.com. Go to the Facebook and like our page, and also search up Unplugged Radio Network. That's also a Facebook page that you can like and share with that. And that's our radio network that we do the podcast for, and it's a lot of fun. So make sure you check those out. And don't forget to like some of our sponsors. Like a great sponsor is like DPF Regeneration. It's a great sponsor that we have. You can check them out at www.webachem.com. And they are one of the great sponsors that have been with us since the beginning. And we can't be just more thrilled to have them. It's one of those where they service and help drivers or the carriers or owners with their, DPF filters or regen systems. And they help you. Not only do they have the parts and everything, but they have networks of mechanics and stuff where you can get, they can tell you where to go to get stuff worked on. So it's a really cool outfit, and you can give them a holler over there and check them out. And we appreciate their support. And like I said, you can find more details about that on our website, redneckanize.com. So until then, we're going to come to an end here, and really appreciate everybody joining us. And don't forget to stay safe, stay successful, and we'll see you out there on the road.